Hello, this is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like it, I really would appreciate it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I will be having lots of other videos, so be patient with me, please. And anyway, I just want to send love to all of you, and I really love all of you, no matter where you live, no matter what skin color you are. I love everyone. So I want to reach out to you. I hope you all are doing great, and I hope you are enjoying your day or night, depending on where you live. So I really want to make sure you're all being kind to yourself and be kind to others. And don't forget about your children and your little furry friends, you know. So I know some of you, a lot of people have pets, and I'm a big animal lover. You know, I'm that type of girl that would live out in the woods with them if I could. I love them that much. So and later on, and when it's summer, you know, you'll see me with a lot of animals. I have animals that follow me around. It's kind of cute. I made lots of videos before on my Facebook page, and you can go to my Facebook page, and that is Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So you can find me on Facebook or on Instagram. And on Instagram, you can find me at 1995 Starlight. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you like it, subscribe to my channel. Anyway, I want to reach out to all of you. You are all my family. So I know probably you're like, you're not my family. Yeah, we all came from the same source. So we all are family. And so anyway, I want to reach out to all of you, and I don't know if you've noticed this, but you know, like, isn't time going fast? You know, like, just like, I feel like the winter months here where I live, I'm in the United States, in the New York State area, and I can't keep up, you know, like, this is so funny. You know, I just wrote a check out the other day for rent, and I keep on writing 2022, you know. Even on my dream journal, you know, I keep on writing 22, and I gotta really get with it. You know, we're in 2023, so really things are going really fast, and I'm wondering, you know, do you feel the same way? Can you keep up with the days on the calendar? You know, I have to really look at my calendar every day. Mainly because I do have my own small cleaning business, so I better keep track of that, you know, to make sure I know what day it is. And but yeah, time is flying. And some of you might be aware, I know we're going to be having a full moon coming up, so you know, I will have videos about full moons and different topics like that, and other videos. Because I'm very sensitive to full moons. Ow! Yeah, I'm one of those people, you know, when the full moon comes, you better watch out, you know, I'm out there. And they say the lunatics. So anyway, I just wanted to be a little, this is who I am, you know, so I'm just being who I am. I howl like the dog, you know, the wolf's out there. Yeah, so a lot of strange things happen to me on a full moon. But anyway, I'm not going to be talking about a full moon right now. What I am going to be talking to you about is time. You know, some of you that are watching this might be aware of this, that time is an illusion. You know, there's a lot being said there with time. It was created. You know, we didn't have a clock before, you know, so it's something they invented, you know, like to create. And they say it's because, you know, so we can, you know, go to work and stuff like that. But it is an illusion. But anyway, with time is, do you feel like time is running out? You know, do you feel like, oh my, you know, like I'm already what age? You know, I don't know how old you are. You know, like, and same with myself. I'm like, I have a lot of catching up to do, you know, like, right now I'm creating my future. And I don't know about you, you know, we are all creators, whether you believe that or not. You know, like, how your life is right now is something how you created it the way it is. You know, it's all on how you respond in life. So how do you respond? You know, do you respond in a positive way or a negative way? You know, so anyway, I've been learning a lot about this through Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters, is that, you know, you right now is, you have right now is the time, you know, like you want to stay in the present moment, not what happened yesterday or, you know, at Christmas time. You know, you want to stay right here. This is where it all happens, is in the now. It's not tomorrow because we haven't even got there yet. So anyway, I don't know if you have plans for the future. Maybe you're a teenager. Maybe you're, you know, just starting out in life, you know, like, I do want to reach out to teenagers. I have a big heart for teenagers. So, what are your goals like in your future? You know, do you have any goals? You know, are you working on any goals? And really, they said that they say that the new year is in January, and I recently found out that the new year really starts in March. And that maybe you know this or maybe you don't know this, but we've been lied to our whole life. You know, so everything is not what it seems, you know, and that's why there's a big confusion amongst the people. You know, even what they did with the people, you know, with the race, you know, making it a big issue, trying to get us against each other. You know, even when COVID came, you know, they were trying to separate us again. You know, so you really have to be careful of what you believe out in the world, especially if you're starting out like a teenager or little kids. You know, you really want to know really what's going on, and you a lot of times you might not even find the truth out there. You know, there's people that write books or make YouTube videos that are shedding some light on some things, and you know, like, I learned a lot from Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters. You can check him out on YouTube. He is awesome. He's funny at times. He's got a great sense of humor. He's a beautiful deep diver. So if you're really curious to really what's going on, and if you like to dive deep, check him out. I'm telling you, he'll blow your mind in so many ways. He's my mentor. I've been under him for years, and yeah, he has been great. So anyway, some of you might think, you know, I'm so young. I got all the time in the world. I'm not going to worry about that stuff until it hits me. Well, what if it's too late? You know, you want to work on your goals now in life, not, you know, like when you get like, yeah, I don't know how old you are. You might be like my age. I'm not going to tell you, though, how old I am. You'll have to figure that out on your own. But, you know, you might have a guess of how old I am, or you might even know me and know how old I am. So anyway, if you are, you know, young and you just got out of school, out of high school, or you're before you get out of high school, let me backtrack a little bit on that. You know, there's people that go to the schools and they're trying to get young teenagers, you know, to join the services or join, you know, the police station, you know. So what you got to realize, if you're teenagers, that, you know, don't let other people tell you what you should do for your future, you know, like as a job, or even who you're going to marry, who you're going to date. You know, if you're out of the home, you know, make sure that you are the one in control of your life. You know, like if you're not living with your mom and dad anymore, you know, nobody has control of you, you know, like maybe the government, you know, by, you know, not breaking laws and stuff like that about driving safe and not driving high, or, you know, not drinking and driving, you know, those are rules to keep us safe. But, you know, there's people out in the world that will try to control you, and teenagers are a big, huge target out there. And so this is really, teenagers, really, you got to protect yourself from all those people out there. I know when I started out, when I was on my own starting out, it wasn't easy. I started living on my own at the age of 16, you know, out on the streets. You know, I didn't have anywhere to go. So, you know, I didn't have any guidance or direction in that time in my life. And there were people out in my world at that time that were trying to get me to do some really bad stuff, you know, and I was deceived and I followed all this stuff. And as far as teenagers, it's easy to get swayed, you know, even if you were brought up the right way. You know, temptation hits all of us. So a lot of times teenagers get a bad name, you know, which is not always true. Sometimes, you know, parents lie, you know, about their teenagers or their kids because they don't really want people to know the real truth, what's going on in their homes. So anyway, if you are a teenager starting out in the world and you are on your own, make sure you're the one in the driver's seat, you know. Make sure you're the one driving your life. Don't let other people come and try to control your life because, you know, even though you're out of the house, you know, a lot of times moms and dads will say, you ought to get this job, or you ought to marry this girl, don't marry that one, or I don't want you to marry her, I don't like her. And, you know, or even if you're a girl, maybe you're a teenager girl, you know, maybe your family don't like who you're getting involved with. But you're the one that has to really know if you want to get involved with that person or not, you know, and you got to make sure you're being safe and smart, though. You don't want to just marry anybody, you know, so you really want to take time, like as far as the relationship goes, is to really ask a lot of questions, you know. So anyway, about time, you know, like you might think, hey, you know, I'm young and I'm not worried about all this stuff, you know, like, and till later, you know, like when I get 50 or 60, and then I'll worry about it. But you might not reach that time, you know. You want to stay in the now. So you really want to have a plan, you know. That's how you create your future. You got to have a plan. How do you see yourself in 5 years from now? You know, I actually went to a job somewhere, and they asked me that question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years from now? And I'm like, you know, I really didn't know. And it really is good to visualize. Really, that's what you want to do is imagine, and this is how it works, is to imagine what you are going to be doing in 5 years from now. And so I had some funny answers about that time, you know, which I'm not going to tell you those, what I told the person. It was kind of funny. But yeah, so you want to have a plan, you know, like a goal to work on now. You know, like I have, you know, I've had so many notes in my apartment. I have two papers right now, a piece of paper that has two different sets of notes and I got the things to do list, you know, little goals and big goals. And you know, and I've worked on so many things in the beginning of January because I thought that was the new year, but really March is the beginning of the new year. So, you know, you want to really know what you're going to do, you know, and if you're young, you got to understand, are you the type of person that's going to get married, you know, or, you know, like what kind of job, what kind of future do you want, you know, do you want to have kids? You know, you want to, you know, like what kind of wife or husband, you know, if you're young, you know, like how do you know, like do you want kids? Do you think you would be a good parent? You know, if you don't think you're going to be a good parent, then don't have kids, you know. But, you know, on that note, you can always learn, you know, like how to be a good parent. You know, people can change. You know, maybe you didn't get brought up in a good family. You know, maybe they didn't teach you the right kind of stuff to how to be a good parent, you know. And a lot of people go through that. Sometimes that their parents didn't have education. So they brought you up the best way they knew how, or maybe they didn't really even try to be a good parent, you know, and maybe you struggled through being a kid, you know, and so now, you know, the way you are, you maybe are afraid to have kids. Maybe you don't think you would be a good parent. So if you don't think you're going to be a good parent, then really, if there's a girl out there, or that wants to have kids, really the best thing for you to do is let her know, and to find somebody that doesn't want to have any kids, because not everybody, even though many people can have babies, not everybody can have them. But not everybody's meant to be a mom or a dad, and that's okay. What the important thing is that you do the right thing for the children's sake. And that's why I want to do YouTube videos, is because there's a lot of parents out there. There are a lot of them out there that are really trying really hard to be good parents, and they might have been raised the right way, and they're trying to learn the do's and don'ts. And then some of them might be struggling out there with what to do with their kids at different ages. And what I've learned, there's not a book out there that tells you how to raise your kids, because all your kids are uniquely different. They are all different. You can have 5 kids from the same husband and wife, but they all are different. You can't do, the same thing with Sally that you would do with Timmy, or, Johnny, or Anthony, or whoever. You can't, treat them the same. They all have to get treated differently because they are unique, so it comes down to even disciplining in them. And I'm not saying about beating. You don't have to beat your children, but you got to think of if you're going to be a good parent or not. And for your future, what do you see yourself doing as a job? Do you want to work at that mill your whole life, doing 12 hours plus, and never having time for a life? So if you're young, you really want to get a job that you can be proud of, you could say, hey, I love my job. I make really good money. I'm getting paid, what I am worth. So you really want that. And if it's a job that's inspiring and helping people, you could be a doctor, in that. We need doctors, we need police officers, I'm against going in the military, I am not pushing for anybody going in the military. There's a lot of parents that do, why would you want your kids into a military where later on they could be in war? Do you really want to have where you're always worried what's going to happen to your kids? And those people that have gone to war, I can't tell you this now, but most of you won't believe me if I told you. So really, a lot of things are an illusion in this world, and you don't want to send your kids to a war out there. You really, because I know one of my brothers, he went to the Army. And at first, everything was fine. He was learning a lot, and boom, it hit. He was scared. He was scared for his life, and he was stuck. You don't want somebody, once you join, you're done. There goes your love life, really. A lot of men and women, if they're in the service, their love life is, how do they have a love life? It takes a lot of trust for them, and their loved one is going to miss them all the time, and they might be tempted to go out and have another relationship. They might not be strong enough to be able to stay home with the kids, and raise them up, and be faithful the whole time, so you wouldn't really want to go into that kind of thing, because we really don't need people joining the Army or the military. And some of you might not like this, but that's okay, because everybody has opinions. So you really want to think of something that's going to help the planet out, help the people out, you wouldn't want to go get a job as a garbage collector, even though we need the garbage collected. Let other people do that job. They aren't happy with they can't be happy collecting garbage all the time. There's so many other jobs out there that people are miserable. So you really want to get a job where you're happy and content, and you're getting paid what you're worth. So really think of the choices out there. And as far as your love life goes, you want to really get to know that person. Like I told my son, there's 2 things. I didn't want to tell him what to do, but I told him 2 things that were really important as far as relationships went, as they go. is to make sure, like to always ask, get to know her, ask a lot of questions, or, even if you're a girl searching for a guy, ask them a lot of questions, like, ask them a lot. Just, even if you got to, like have a list of questions down and just work on those questions. You don't have to do them all in one day, but, when you think about, I wonder how he is about this or that, like, and maybe he doesn't know, because if you're young, you're just starting out, maybe you don't know. So, and that's the thing about getting to know yourself, is to get to know yourself. The only way to get to know yourself is to spend a lot of time by yourself. That's how you're going to find out who you are. So, like, as far as relationships go, my little 2 tips are, like, if you're around family members, like if your loved one that you're in love with and you don't know if you want to, maybe you're just friends right now, maybe you're thinking about taking it to the next level, listen to what they talk about with their friends and family. Are they being honest? Are they being honest with their mom and dad? Are they? Listen to them talk. Listen to everything. It's so important. Be a little spy, but don't go nosing around in their stuff, without permission. Even though there shouldn't be nothing hidden, right? Some people get mad if girls or guys go and snoop around, like, and then they find something. Well, there should have never been anything hidden in the first place. So, but what I learned in the Bible is you don't want to ever tempt anybody, but you can test them. And you're wondering, how do you test them? You can, like sometimes some women and men, this goes for both sexes, sometimes you might have, you might be a guy and you might have had a female friend before you got involved with this girl. And maybe the girl that you're with don't like that you have a female friend. And this happens a lot. Jealousy starts coming in. And they might not want you to spend any time with your female friend anymore. And it has a lot to do with trust and jealousy, like, so you really want to make sure that you both understand how you feel about each other and be honest with each other as far as that goes. And as far as your future goes, is that just like the universe is out there, but God created everything. So we're God's children. We're like little gods running around like little children. And so we're like our Father, our Heavenly Father. We are creators too. We're creating all the time. And it could be something, we might be creating something bad, or we might be creating something good. So what are you creating in your future? Is it negative stuff? Do you have negative thoughts all the time in your mind, that is controlling, how you see the world? It's how you respond in life. If you respond in a negative way, then negative things are going to happen, repeatedly over and over again. So, to create your future, you really have to focus on being positive. It's like if you're going to make a movie, make it like a movie, even if you got to write it down. It's really good to write things down with ink, write your future down, how you want it. Do you want kids? What kind of wife do you want? Do you want a wife that wants to have children? Do you want children? Or ladies, do you want a man that wants to have children? You got to find these things out before you get involved. And if they don't want to have children and you do want to have children, then you know what? Maybe he's not meant for you. But there's other ways of doing that. Like if he doesn't want to have any children, of his own, sometimes men might want to, maybe they don't want you to go through the pain of having children. So some people adopt children. But if he really doesn't want to be a father, it means that, maybe he was just there to help you out, and maybe, you just learn stuff from him. You don't want to force anybody to be a father or be a parent that doesn't want to. Sometimes people will do that. They don't want to, honestly, they don't want to be tied down with kids. They want their freedom, and they don't want to be responsible of having kids. But they love the girl or the guy so much, they kind of do whatever it takes to win them over. And then later on, things don't work out really good with the raising up the kids. So the other thing that I told my son is to make sure that the person is being honest. So you want to make sure, like whoever you're with, that they're being honest. If they're lying to their friends and they're lying to their family members, they're going to lie to you. Yeah, they're going to lie to you. And maybe they told you the truth the whole time so far, but you know what? They might do something that they feel, guilty about, and they're, more than likely they're going to lie to you. And if they're lying, that means that they could be stealing, or they could be unfaithful, because those are all hand in hand. Lying and stealing goes right together. And, like adultery and fornication and all that stuff, cheating on people, like all that stuff, go hand in hand with honesty. You got to be honest, if the person that you're with is not being honest and real, then they're not being real with you. So the other thing is that I told my son is don't, make sure they're not lazy. You want somebody that is working, so you want to focus on all the things you want, not on the things you don't want. But what you want is that you want a female or a male that is doing their part. You want to make sure that there's income coming in, unless, you're that type of guy or girl that don't care if they work or not, and maybe you want to supply all their needs and take care of them in a loving way, and maybe you want them to raise up their kids at home, like be a stay-at-home mom like I was. That's a different story, because she's working at the home doing something. You want to get because if you have kids and she doesn't want to go to work, maybe she's not going to want to be a mom. Maybe she's not going to want to change diapers. She's not going to have the heart, to do all those things that a loving, caring mom would do. So you don't want to be the only one that's there to take care of the kids. So you really want to make sure that you're getting involved with the right kind of people. And time is ticking. Time is going really fast. Like I said, we're going to be having a full moon soon, and I am very sensitive. I don't know about you. So anyway, I hope you get a lot of help on this video about the future, and I hope that you really plan like what your future is going to look like a movie, just to imagine it, like see it as it is already happening. Believe in it, though. You got to believe in what it is that you're visualizing, like if you want a smart, beautiful wife, with kids, imagine it, and what kind of wife, you got to really get all your pieces together, like all of it, like what kind of person is she? What is her personality like? You don't want anybody too serious, or grumpy or all that stuff. You want somebody with a sweet spirit, and kind to people. You don't want to get with somebody that's rude or nasty or steals and lies. You want to make sure you really get to know that person. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you like. And again, not only I want you to be kind to yourself, make sure you get out in nature, because you're going to hear that a lot on these videos, is I encourage you always to get out in nature, and like take your family along, go for a hike somewhere. I know in my area it's kind of really, today was not a day to go hiking or anything like that. It was like it was actually like 11 below zero this morning. And the warmest that I've seen today, it was 1 degree, so Starlight wasn't going to go anywhere today. I did, but I didn't go hiking anywhere. Yep, so anyway, yeah, make sure you get out in nature, and your area might be warmer than where I am. So anyway, you can always bring me along with you. So I'm just kidding. Anyway, I love all of you. Make sure you're taking great care of yourself, and make sure you're taking great care of your family, your kids, You know, even if you have like, you know, like your mom and dad, maybe they're up in age, make sure you're taking good care of them, you know, especially if they were good parents to you and, you know, they did all that they could do to help you out. And don't forget about your furry friends, you know, so, and the creepy crawly ones, you know, like maybe you have a lizard at your house, you know, like really make sure you're feeding them the right kind of stuff. I love all kinds of animals. Maybe you have birds, you know, you can always let me know what kind of animals you have, because I love animals and I would love to get to know what their names are. It's funny how people name their pets. Like I had a cat and I couldn't think of a name, so I called him Kitty. So it was a stray kitty cat. But yeah, anyway, I love all of you. And I hope you like this video, and I will have more videos on my way. And you have a wonderful day. I love spending time with you. This is Starlight, Love and Light. Peace.